y'all, welcome to Mac the Maverick, where we talk all things well-rounded womanhood, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm so glad that you are here. So I noticed, even in my absence, an uptick in people watching my series on fibroids. So just to catch everybody up, if you missed it, I got diagnosed with fibroids a few years ago. They grew, they multiplied, they turned into monsters, and I had to get them removed via an open myomectomy. And I realized that it has been a whole year and a little bit of change since I had my surgery. And so I thought it might be helpful and cool to do just a real quick update on how I've been doing a year after my surgery. So if you missed that series and you're interested, definitely go back and check out those videos. It's 3 videos, one about my diagnosis, one about preparing for my surgery, and one kind of vlogging through my recovery. So yeah, let's see. This is gonna be like a real impromptu video. I didn't even take any notes. I just decided to sit down and talk. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, let's just jump right in. So let's see. In terms of how I feel overall, a lot of the symptoms that I was having is, of course, a lot of issues with menstruation. I had pain, irregularity in my cycles and things like that. I was tired all the time. It was just really affecting my quality of life. So in terms of my actual cycles, I'm pleased to say that they are regular now. They're regular, and I noticed changes in like the length of my cycle. They're actually a little bit shorter. They're a little bit shorter and lighter, just overall. I still have them, and I know they're there, but not nearly as much bleeding as I had before. And where I had like patchiness and weird like interruptions in them, I now pretty much have that bell curve that I was looking for, to where it's like light to a little bit heavier and then trailing off, instead of here today, gone tomorrow, here today, gone tomorrow. So that's a vast improvement in that direction. I hardly ever have cramps anymore. If I do, they are weak. They're nowhere near what I experienced before. And not to be TMI, but somebody might want to know this, the viscosity of my flow has changed, and I don't have clots that I used to have. So that right there is worth its weight in gold to have the consistency and the predictability going on with that. The only thing negative that has changed since my surgery, like in the last couple of months, I started having like really bad headaches behind my eyes, like the last day or two of my menstrual cycle, and like right after it. And that's nothing that I've ever had before. It's not comfortable and it's really annoying, but on the grand scheme of things, I've gotten rid of the cramps, I've gotten rid of the heavy flow, I'm not vomiting like I did as a child. Yeah, and my flow is regular and consistent. I can kind of deal a little bit with a headache or two for a day. That is something that I do intend, though, to talk to my physicians about, to see if there's anything that I can kind of do to head that off. But overall, my experience with menstruation is 10 times better. In terms of day-to-day life, Fatigue was another issue that plagued me before I got my fibroids removed. And I still have bouts of fatigue. I'm kind of having one right now. But again, predictability. Instead of it being all the time feeling like something is dragging me down, I start to kind of feel that happening closer to my time of the month, and then seeing that drop off predictably throughout that whole process. So that's something that I can better anticipate and kind of think about ahead of time, whereas I was just malaised all the time. And one thing that I've been kind of monitoring at the suggestion and advice of my healthcare team is to really monitor my iron. I have not been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia, in case my health plan is listening. I have not, but we've seen sometime in my test results that my ferritin levels were low. And one thing I did start doing is taking blood builder iron pills, and that seems to be helping. I also noticed, related to that, when I was going through my issues, my hair started getting spongy. So I've always had a head full of hair, like a head full of hair. And when I went natural, my hair was full and dense, and the porosity of it was pretty low. And I just noticed over time my hair was more and more brittle than it had ever been. It started to be thinner than it had ever been, and I just really had a hard time managing it. Like, the texture was almost spongy, which was very, very unusual for my hair. And I've noticed post my surgery, as things started to level out, as I've been taking care to make sure that I get enough iron in my diet as well as supplementary, y'all, my hair is growing back. It's full pretty much from root to tip, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Yeah, I just got my hair pressed like an hour or two ago, and I can just tell the difference in just the density of my hair, the texture of my hair, and the strength of my hair as it's growing out, not just because of products or care. That's helped, but still, it's just a stark difference. Weight-wise, I had lost, how many pounds did I lose? Like 16 pounds or so. I chronicled that in my Noom review a couple years ago. And right up to my surgery, I had gained all of the weight back. And I noticed, like, no matter what I did, how much I worked out and how much I ate or didn't eat, it didn't seem to be making a difference. So when I came off the table almost 20 pounds lighter than when I went on. So you can't tell me that's not related. But so far, I haven't been able to maintain all 20 of those pounds, but I have been able to maintain about 10. You know, I've been kind of off my game a little bit, but I can just tell the difference in normalcy just related to, you know, here's what I've been eating, here's my caloric intake, here's the kind of food that I've been eating. Have I been working out or not? And that actually making a difference, rather than basically running uphill and nothing happening because I'm growing 45 monsters inside my body. Y'all know what I mean? So overall, I would say, if you're thinking about having this surgery or seeking treatment, y'all, if If you really feel like something is wrong, that's a very personal decision. I'm not gonna knock that. And it can be concerning because it is major surgery. But if it comes down to it and you really need to have that type of intervention, do it, because it really is, I can say for myself and for so many other women that I've spoken to, that their overall quality of life, really in every area, improved after having addressed their fibroid issues. So that being said, I'm pretty sure this is a short video, but like I said, off the cuff, just kind of thinking back on the last year with so much gratitude for having been kept on the table, gratitude for just the changes that are happening in my body and being more aware of my health. So I'm really glad that I've done it. And y'all keep the questions coming, keep the advice coming. If you are getting ready or considering fibroid treatment or having a myomectomy, something of that sort, please do feel free to keep asking questions. There's a whole community of us who have gone through this. Remember, statistics say that somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 80% of women in this country have had or will have some sort of fibroids. So do ask away. And if you have been through it, please do feel free to jump down in the comments and tell us your experiences, even if it's pitfalls that people need to be aware of or questions that they might want to ask their doctor before embarking on that journey. Put that down below. Tell us what your experience was, because we are better for sharing with one another. As my mom would always say, we want to thrive, not just survive. So I hope that we as women are able to help each other and hold each other's hand through doing that about anything. So if you are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss any updates or new entries. And if you are not new here, thanks so much for coming back to hang out with me. Be sure to like the video if you like the video, comment and subscribe. And yeah, do what you love what you do, and take care of yourself and each other too. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, I forgot. I came up with a post-surgery recovery journal. It's up on Etsy and mackthemaverick.com/Etsy. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a walkthrough and talk a little bit more about it. So make sure you are subscribed. Bye, y'all.